first rule of yoga is ahimsa, so causing no harm, and that doesn't just mean to others, it means to ourselves. If something doesn't feel quite right, then really listen to your body and correct it. Just decide what position works for you. So just arrive, come into a comfortable seated position, maybe sat on a cushion, maybe on a chair. Just adjusting myself a little bit so I can be a bit more comfy. And then close your eyes. So notice what is quite a nice sensation to sort of tune into is perhaps the warmth of the air around us. I can definitely feel a different temperature on my skin. It's a really nice way to just tune in to how the body's feeling and the different sensory elements that we have in the body. So arrive. Start to gently lengthen through the spine with each inhale, finding almost that seat with the exhale, noticing what parts of the body are in contact with the ground. Just tuning into your breath. We are just going to be sat here for a few moments, just noticing the rise and fall of the breath, the rise and fall of the chest and the tummy with the breath. And slowly allowing ourselves to be here in this moment. Maybe even start to lengthen that breath a little bit more. And again, practicing that Ujjayi breath here, the ocean breath, is a really nice way to arrive, to calm the nervous system, to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, allowing us to rest and restore instead of holding on to that fight or flight. Where else in the body can you soften and do less? And when we find these areas and truly soften and let go, it's amazing how much breath can be brought into the body and how taller we become. And with your next breath, I just want you to briefly think about your day, the day that you've just had. And something will have come straight to your mind when you thought about the day. And even if that's something that perhaps didn't go quite as planned, is there a way to find some gratitude there? What are you grateful for? What can you take from this day? It can be the smallest thing. Be the biggest gesture. What are you grateful for? Three more conscious breaths here. Keep the breath moving. Just notice if you can feel that length in your spine. And then from here, slowly dropping your chin to your chest. And really connecting with the base of the spine, the tailbone. Feeling that length all the way up into the head. You can sometimes even feel this really at the base of the skull, and I almost want to say where the neck joins the spine, even though it's that one line, that continuation. But just notice, how does the neck feel? How does the spine feel? Do your shoulders feel a little bit tight? Can you relax them a little bit more? Maybe drawing the chin to the chest. Slightly deeper with your next out breath. And on your next inhale, really slowly, again, you can keep the eyes closed. Just start to lift the chin up towards the ceiling, very slowly. Keeping that length through the spine. Don't force anything here. Stop when you feel that's enough. You know your body. Take a breath. So opening up through the throat, opening up through that throat chakra. And then coming back to center, head back to center. And again, your eyes can remain closed if you want to. We're just going to drop the right shoulder to, the right ear, sorry, to the right shoulder. Feel that stretch down the left side of the neck. So the throat is really associated with our words, our communication, but also with our creative side. So if you suffer with sore throats and things, this can be a real indication that perhaps you're not communicating all the things that you want to say, or perhaps you're not expressing yourself. So communication isn't always in words. It can be through art and writing, but maybe there needs to be a bit more of the creative side coming out from you. Inhale, head comes up to center, and then allow your left ear to drop to your left shoulder. And breathe, really breathe into the right side of the neck. How do you feel? Head gently coming back up to center, and now you're just going to turn your head to look over the right shoulder. And again, feel free if you want to open the eyes here, you can, or you can keep them closed. Take a breath. Coming back to center, and then take the head all the way to the left side. Try and relax through those shoulders. Notice how perhaps this side feels different to the other. Almost without any judgment, just observing. And then slowly coming back through center. We're just going to do some really slow neck movement here. So just what we did by bringing our sort of right ear to right shoulder, but we're going to continue that circle, just moving your head in a clockwise motion. If you've gone anti-clockwise, doesn't matter, don't worry, we can go the other way in a moment. So just move the neck slowly, really slowly, maintaining that length. And then reverse, take it the other way. Certainly feel this on the right side of my neck. I'm in need of a massage. Slowly rolling through. Let's do one more circle here. And then slowly bringing chin to chest. And then inhale, start to bring the head up to neutral and slowly open your eyes. So if you've had your eyes closed for that whole time, just notice how that feels. The light can be more intense. It can awaken your senses a bit more when you suddenly close them for a while and then you come back. You almost forget what space that you're in. So from here, we're just going to do a few arm movements before we stretch out the legs. So if you need to uncross the legs and switch them, or if you need to come to a different position, you can even do this standing if you want to, then please do. From here, we're just going to move with the breath. We've done this many times before. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up above the head. Move slowly, just feel how that feels left and right side of the body. And then exhale, just bring the hands back down by your side. So we're just going to do a few of these first of all. Inhale, reaching up, allowing the arms to rotate so the palms come together at the top, and then bringing the palms away from you, palms towards the ground as they come back down. Again, feel free if you want to close the eyes here, you can. Just get some movement. Try not to sort of crunch these shoulders too much. So sometimes when we bring the arms up by the ears, we're trying to reach so much that we cause tension here. So just soften, allow the shoulders to drop down slightly as we then bring the hands back down. We'll do one more of those. So breathing in wherever you are, taking it all the way up. Exhale, hands come down by your side. Lovely. From here, inhale, hands up to shoulder height. Exhale, palms come towards each other now. So almost like you've got a bit of resistance here. Inhale the arms all the way up above the head. Exhale the hands down. We're going to do that a few more times. So inhale to shoulder height. Exhale, hands come together at the heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale down by your side. And just move a few more times with your own breath, your own rhythm. You can slow it down, you can speed it up. Entirely up to you. And working into the shoulders just allows us to release that tension. Wherever you are, let's do one more. And then when your hands come back down by your side, just pause. Maybe fingertips gently on the ground, rolling those shoulders back. Just notice how those simple movements start to just release the tension, but also invite just a little bit of energy and flexibility into those shoulders. Okay, if you're sat on a cushion, I advise you to sort of move it out of the way, just so you can bring your bottom down to the ground. If you know that that's going to be uncomfortable for you, then maybe just roll up a blanket so it's not so high. My seated cushion there is way too high for this, but we're just going to bring our legs out in front of us first of all, okay? And what we're going to do is focus on our feet, okay? So sometimes when we arrive here, we start to sort of slouch slightly. Now, I don't want you to do anything where we're sort of really rigid here, but just see if you can maintain that little bit of length. And simply, all that you might need to do is just roll those shoulders back slightly. You don't necessarily have to sit up here It's just that gentle roll with the shoulders. You can bring your hands by your side or on your thighs. And we're just going to point the feet. And then bring the toes back towards the shins to start to flex through those toes. And just do that a few more times. Looking at your lovely feet. My feet look quite bad at the moment, wearing flip-flops and things. But actually, we should all love our feet. They take care of us every day. And now I want you to just do some circles with the feet. So maybe the feet go out and then they come back in together. And you'll notice that your hips start to sort of rotate as well when you do this. If you're creating big enough circles that your hips roll in and roll out. We're just doing a few here. You might already notice that the body is starting to slouch again, just slightly, just because trying to maintain this can start to build a bit of strength. So sometimes we just need to have that little bit of a check-in. And then bring your feet together as much as you can. Now, I always say, if you've been to my classes, I think my knees are on back to front because I have this, almost like this bone in the middle. I can't bring my feet together. I always seem to have a space between my heels. So just look at your feet for a moment. And just notice maybe as you flex the toes, does one foot come in further than the other? Okay. Remaining that to keep that length through the spine. Take another breath here. And then soften, just soften through the feet, let them go. Notice how the whole of the leg starts to soften. And then we're just going to bring the right knee in. So bending that knee, just bring it in as far as you can comfortably. Give it a little bit of a squeeze. And then send that leg back out. And we're just going to repeat that on the other side. So bring the other leg in. Squeeze as we sit up nice and tall. And if it's too much holding around the shin, feel free, you can just hold on to the back of the thigh, sitting up nice and tall, and just switch the legs. So we inhale and exhale with the movement. So you can inhale to lengthen, exhale to bring in. And the next time your right foot is in, you can keep the right foot where it is. Maybe you can hold on to this right ankle or the sole of the right foot. So I'll just turn at an angle slightly. So you can be here. And we're just going to rock this leg from side to side. So feel free, you can lean back slightly if you want. You can even bring this right hand and you can hook it round and hold on to that foot. You can bring this left hand all the way in, depending on how much flexibility you've got in your knees. So don't force anything. If this is enough, stay here. And we call this rocking the baby, so you could be here. Maybe this left hand loops around and you can lean back onto this right hand and just get a little bit of movement. Okay, so find what works for you. You can be sat up tall. You can bend this leg if you want to and be here. Just find what works for you. And find the breath. So again, you can have more space here. Try and find ways to relax. And then gently releasing that right foot down to the ground. Bring the right foot over the left knee. Hook the left arm around the right knee and then slowly turn to the right side. So just coming into a seated twist. And again, this left leg, feel free to either flex through the toes and be a bit more active here, or you can simply just allow everything to rest and relax. Remembering that it's your practice, so what might work for me or for others might not be how it works for you at the moment. So just choose what feels good. And exhale, release. Bring that right foot down, left foot in, and again, just pick up that left foot and just start to get a bit of movement here. So you might stay here, Just working through, or you might rock that right foot into the right elbow, left foot, sorry, into the right elbow, and just be here. So if you are here, it's quite nice sometimes to lean back a little bit, just so you can get a bit of a massage into that left glute, into that left bottom cheek. Okay, especially with all the work we've been doing, so it can be quite a nice massage. And again, maybe you want some more space. So for me this evening, having more space feels better. Find the breath. And then slowly bringing that left foot over the right side, over the outside of that right leg. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, just take your twist to the left side. And again, really feel that movement in the body. Can you soften through the shoulders? Are you gripping through the hands? Is there a way that you can really feel that twist in the waist, in the tummy? Your lovely tummy working hard in the digestive system. And these twists just give it that little bit of a boost, a helping hand. And then slowly coming back. Okay, from here, just bring your hands behind you. The fingertips can face away. Our legs are quite wide here. Mine are as wide as the mat toes off, and we're just going to rock the hips from side to side. So we've done this before, just get a little bit of movement in here. You can have your hands placed wherever they're comfortable, so if you want them out to the side or behind, it's entirely up to you. Just get a little bit of movement. And then slowly, almost like your legs are walking away from you, making your way down. So the legs working their way down, and you can work your way down onto your back. You can keep that movement with the legs, even when the legs are out nice and straight. You can keep the movement into the ankles and just start rocking the feet left to right. So you can get quite physical here with that rock. So the hips become quite still, and then as the feet turn out and in and out and in, you can pick the pace up a little bit quicker, okay? And as you pick up that pace of the rocking of the feet, you'll notice this, almost this shaking, this tremor that goes through your body. And this is so good for the legs to relax, and that sort of tremor ripples up through the body and starts to relax the rest of the body. It can feel quite strange when you haven't done it before, and then I want you to stop. Just notice any sensations. For me, I can really feel that. And then we're going to do similar but slightly different. You're now going to flex and point your toes, okay? And again, this starts a rocking motion. The faster you pick that up, the more your body sort of rocks on the mat. And we all know that if a baby is crying, we'll rock a baby. You know, there's that motion that we do. You'll rock a pushchair or a trolley if they're crying. This is so good for the nervous system. There's lots of scientific research to show that this motion, this rocking, really releases the trauma in the body. And there's actually a program called TREE, which is trauma releasing exercises. And you can adopt some exercises into just your daily routine. Again, just a few more here, and then stop. Just take a moment. Relax through your feet. Allow your feet to gently rotate. So naturally, On most people, the toes start to rotate outwards, away from the other foot. Just allow that for a moment. Full breath. I can hear the birds singing. I'm not sure if you can hear it through the mic, but it's lovely. Okay, from here, just slowly reach your arms up above your head. So just imagine that morning stretch, that full body stretch, really stretching from side to side. Reaching the fingertips and the toes, and then gently just bringing the knees in towards the chest. And just start to get a little bit of movement here. You can rock the knees from side to side. You can circle the knees either together or apart. Just get some movement in here. So when we bring the knees up to the chest, it allows us to sort of tune into that lower back. And it's really key that sometimes this is areas where we hold quite a lot of tension. Both men and women. But women do tend to hold quite a lot of emotional tension in the pelvis, in our hips. It's a really nice way to just release. Maybe take the circles the other way if you haven't already. And then again, bringing the knees into the chest. Just pause here for a moment. You can paddle the feet if you want to. Then bringing your hands gently behind your thighs and just slowly rock up. Crossing the legs over, and we're just going to come over onto all fours. If you need to put a blanket under your knees, please do. We're not here for too long actually, so we're not doing anything too strenuous. So just coming here, take a moment, allow your body to arrive in this position. So sometimes we'll quickly go into another movement, but actually just noticing. Can you start to relax through the shoulders and bring them further away from the ears? Is there a way that you can look after your back, your lower back, by really gently just bringing the navel in towards the spine? Full breath. Remembering from the beginning of the class what you are grateful for today. Breathing in. Slowly softening through the tummy, gazing forwards, coming into our cow pose. Exhale into cat. And I invite you to close your eyes here. Claw through those fingertips just to take the pressure off the wrist. You can really find the heel of the hand here. And just move through cat and cow. I almost want you to move so slowly that it's like you're moving through water or through mud. You know, that sort of, you can't go very fast because there's almost that resistance. And I just want you to tune in to your body, tune into how the spine is moving, how the spine is moving in the lower back. And you really tuck that tailbone under as you come into the cat pose, but without forcing or causing any tension. Just move with your breath. Few more. And the next time you inhale, just coming back to that tabletop, that flat back position. And just walk the hands back, the knees back slightly, and walk the hands forward. And then we're slowly, really slowly going to start to melt our heart and our chest down towards the floor. So the hips stay high. They do shift back slightly as you slowly come down. Forehead kisses the mat. And just take a breath here. So I've kept my elbows, my forearms off the ground. You can walk the knees further back if you want to. And if it's too much in the arms, just one by one, bring them closer towards your head and bring the elbows down to the ground, and you can rest here. So coming into like this puppy posture. Breathing deep. Feel the back of the body expand. The length through your spine. This is a real heart opener. And quite often these heart openers are sort of more open to the outside world. And this is very much looking inwards. Sometimes this pose can be quite an emotional release. If we've been holding on to things, then we could almost feel that release in this pose. It's allowing our bodies, our mind to know that we're safe and we're nurtured and that we're okay. Take one more breath here. Really strong, powerful pose. Inhale, slowly make your way back up. So you can come back down onto a cushion, or you can come kneeling. I'm going to come kneeling, but if you want a cushion to look after those knees, come to sit on a cushion, or put a blanket or a cushion underneath your calves and your thighs here. You can sit here. I might stay like this actually. It's quite a nice, really lifted here, looking after the knees. And again, you can pad here, you can pad there, but having a cushion beneath me really doesn't hurt my knees at all here. So I just want you to come where you can sit comfortably with this length, okay, length through the spine. Take a full breath. Exhale, release. So allow yourself to arrive here. And then we're going to reach our hands out. Our palms up. Okay, so our palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Allow the shoulders to drop down. As we breathe out, we're going to bring our fingertips in towards our shoulders. We're going to breathe in and allow our elbows to come out to the side, nice and wide. Exhale, bring those elbows back in towards each other. Inhale, take your arms out to the sides and then bring your arms up in this cactus movement. So we're working into these shoulders. So cactus arms here. Inhale. Exhale, flip the hands down so the palms then face away from you, but your elbows are still bent. So you can do this cross-legged. You can do it sat in a chair. Take a moment. Inhale, take the arms all the way up, reach. Exhale, hands come down by your side. And we're going to do that again. So we inhale, take the hands out in front, palms facing up. So it's almost like you're receiving and giving. Exhale, bring the hands into your shoulders so the fingertips come into your shoulders. Inhale, open up through the arms so your elbows come out left to right, fingertips still on the shoulders. Exhale, elbows coming towards each other. You're starting to get that movement. Inhale, allow your hands to come out at shoulder height and then flip your palms up, cactus the arms. Exhale, flip the palms down, but the elbows are still bent, so the palms are facing behind you. Lovely. Notice how those shoulders are feeling. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your side. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, palms facing forwards, up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fingertips to shoulders. Inhale, open the elbows out left to right. Exhale, drawing the elbows in towards each other. Inhale, open the arms, cactus those arms, palms facing forwards. Exhale, palms facing away, elbows nice and bent here. Relax through those shoulders. On your next breath in, inhale, reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Lovely. If you're kneeling, come back to a seat, so cross-legged or on a chair. Bringing our hands onto our knees. And just notice if you can feel your shoulders, okay? So there's a full range of movement that we've just gone through. We have a shoulder girdle that can move in so many different directions, but we don't always use it in those different movements. So just notice how they are. Hands on the knees here or resting on the legs. We're just going to start to create some circles, just gently moving clockwise or anti-clockwise. It's entirely up to you. You can take a bit more space with the feet if you want. Don't feel like they have to be stacked underneath you. Notice, are there areas that perhaps need some more support? And if there are, then what can you do to help those areas? Reverse the circle, take it the other way. And then slowly spiraling back through center. Inhale, open up through the chest, roll those shoulders back. Again, think cow pose here. Exhale, rounding through, chin to chest. And really drawing that navel back towards the spine. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rounding through. A few more with your breath. Find your own expression of the poses. There's no right and wrong. And then on your next inhale, just coming up to center. And I want you to bring your feet out in front of you and allow the feet to have a slight gap between them, so possibly foot width apart. We're going to continue with this cat and cow movement. But we're going to start to invite the legs here, okay? So we're going to inhale, separating the knees, leaning forward slightly, so rolling through the shoulders, bring the shoulders back. Exhale, bring the knees in, drop the chin to the chest, and you can even start to lean back here. So you really start to get this movement. Exhale. Really bring that breath, slow, easy breathing. Two more. Inhale, coming back up. And as you do, just bring the feet in maybe a little bit closer. Bring the soles of the feet to touch now, holding on to the ankles, just coming into our Baddha Konasana, or cobbler's pose, or butterfly legs. So just arrive here just for a moment. We're not here for too long. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, maybe folding forwards. If this is uncomfortable for you, we're going to come down onto our back in a moment, so feel free to make your way there. We're just going to come into this forward fold here just for a couple of breaths. Again, allowing the head to bow here tells us that we're safe and that our body can rest and restore. And then slowly coming up. We're going to make our way down onto our backs. So enjoy the journey. Sometimes we sort of rush through this, but just find a way to come down. And if you have your pillows either side of your legs for in a moment, but just come down to the ground and feel your back on the earth. You can have your knees bent or out straight. And we're just going to move through those pelvic tilts. So you know how much I love this movement without lifting the hips off the ground. It's so good. And you can actually almost exaggerate that curve in the spine and then take it the other way. Always listening to the body. Inhaling and exhaling. So just finding that connection with that pelvic tilt. Again, a great release here for the spine, creating that space, but also a great release for the emotions here. Connect to your breath. Again, maybe you have already, but if not, feel free to close your eyes here and really feel that movement. It's amazing how when we just close off one of our senses, that connection to the body can increase. You can really tune in. And then from here we are going to start to lift the hips, but they don't have to come high. They can just hover off the ground. Just move with your breath. And what I want you to do is move with that inhale until you get to the top of your inhale, and when you do, stop and then exhale back down. So we don't necessarily have to lift the hips really high. Exhale first to find that lower back connection with the earth, and then on your inhale just start to lift the hips. Your hands can be placed on your tummy like mine, or you can place them down by your side. Just get that movement. How slow can you go? I love these movements in the body. Just do 2 more. And then from here, on that last exhale, when your hips come down to the ground, just bring your knees gently in towards your chest. Take them wide towards the armpit area. And then again, coming into this happy baby pose. So this is one I've been practicing quite a lot lately myself. So feel free if you want to bring the hands to the outside or the inside, your choice. Not here for too long, just a couple of breaths. Allow the tailbone to lengthen towards the front of the mat. Knees or legs can be as straight as you need them to be. But if you're comfortable here, you can start to bend the knees, drawing them towards the ground in the armpit direction, And the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Take some conscious breaths here. One more. Release one hand and allow that knee to come in towards the chest and the other. And then bringing your hands left to right, palms on the floor, knees still lifted or feet lifted, and just allow your knees to fall to one side, whichever side you've gone, and just see how far you're able to bring those knees where you can then relax. So if you're able to keep the opposite shoulder in the opposite direction of the knees, be able to keep that shoulder on the ground, then great. If it started to come off slightly, maybe you can bring that arm in a little bit. But just find the breath here. Again, the gaze can go in the opposite direction. Find places to soften and rest. Allowing the knees on the in-breath to come back through center. And you can do this one at a time if you want to, slowly rolling one knee and then the other up. And then just allowing the knees to go to the other side and the head in the opposite direction of the knees. Again, just rest here. Find that connection with your breath, the connection with the ground. And rest. Slowly coming up, back through center. Bring the knees back in towards the chest. One more squeeze. And again, you have choices here. We're going to come into our Shavasana. And Shavasana basically means corpse pose, and tends to be the pose that we take for relaxation. But if you want to take the cobbler's pose that we did last week, with the soles of the feet together and a blanket or a cushion underneath the knees either side just to help support them and prop them up, then feel free. You can always be in that position. So just arrive. Maybe you've got the legs bent, and if you have and your feet are on the ground, allow your knees to fall in towards each other, just so you can allow the legs to relax. If you're in cobbler's pose, how can you rest here? And again, if you're in Shavasana, how can you soften? So wherever you are, just tune in. Maybe you need to gently push the head into the ground to lift the shoulder, the upper back off the ground and then replace. Maybe you need to take up a bit more space. Just tune in, do a bit of a checklist. And then allow yourself to be here. Coming back to your breath. Back to tuning in with yourself and how you feel. How do you feel after moving your body on the mat? That mindful movement with the breath. How does it make a difference to your well-being? Just moving in a gentle, loving way. And that's what we tend to sort of miss sometimes in things that we do, whether it's exercise. Sometimes we sort of put a bit of a competition. It can even be a self-competition, you know, that we always have to do better or we have to do it a certain way, but actually just doing it in the way that suits you, in a way that feels good, is better than anything. So tune in again to your breath, always bringing it back to the breath. And just briefly thinking back to the one thing that you're grateful for. Gratitude. And if every day we found things to be grateful for, it could just be waking up every day. Every day is a gift. Some people don't get that gift, or it's taken way too short. It's just waking up and opening your eyes in the morning, even when it's hard to get out of bed. Be grateful. Be grateful for that warm cup of tea, hot coffee in the morning, sun on your skin, the rain on your face, the gentle touch from your family or loved one. I think these last 3 months have really been something very peculiar that we've never experienced, but also so many positive things that come. I feel myself almost getting a little bit emotional, but that warm embrace, you know, it's the people that you normally hug and show that you love and you care to. I can almost feel that when that moment happens, it's going to be a moment that I cherish for a very long time. So maybe just tune into something that you cannot wait to do. Something that perhaps we've taken for granted. As you lie here for a few more minutes, breathing in lots of love and gratitude, and breathing out lots of gratitude to your loved ones and the rest of the world. We'll lay here for a few moments. Take 3 more conscious breaths here. And feel free to stay exactly where you are. In a moment, and we'll close the practice and end the video just to allow you to either stay on your mat, maybe take a few more moments to be here, maybe just to drift off to your room and go to bed, whatever you need to do. From me to you, thank you for sharing your evening with me. Much love. Namaste.